So ladies, like, you know, you could have a list and you could have everything on your list and it may look picture perfect for Instagram and you could be unhappy in the background.
He's done miracles on me. Back again, he's done. Back again, he's done miracles. Back again, he's done miracles on me.
So give me one thing that's important to you. You can speak for women in y'all conversations, or you can speak for yourself. When y'all are all talking, or you're going through the thing that you want in a man, what is the one most important thing that you want in him? One.
I'm trying to tie this into one thing.
Look, you got you moving up to the microphone.
I feel like what she was going to say was not appropriate.
Yeah, you can say that. Like, is that important?
Actually, no. So what I was going to say is, and it ties
Because it
back,
may be in there.
it ties back to what Sam was saying, is like vision. For me, I can't speak for everybody else, but like, what is your vision? Because the Bible talks about he created Adam and then he gave Adam, or not even just vision, but purpose. Like, if you have no purpose for your life, what am I supposed to be coming in to help you to do? So, like, you could be the finest man on earth. You can have the richest man. You could be able to put it down, do all this stuff. But if you have no purpose, no vision, what role am I supposed to play in your life? I've had guys who had lots of money and degrees and stuff, but I couldn't fit anywhere in their life, and they wanted to impress me with, oh, I got houses, cars, all this other stuff. Yeah, but you're not telling me anything about how I can help support you in what it is that you're being called to do.
Important.
Right. You built all this on your own, so now I'm just like a trophy piece or something. Like, that's not the life that I want. So for me, is the woman that God created me to be. I can't speak for every woman, because y'all, whatever you want to do, but I find the most important thing is him having a purpose and vision, knowing what he's been created to do, because then I know where I flow and fit into that picture.
Which should be naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a loaded question. One thing, I think at this stage of the game, for me, it is someone who is God-fearing, because everything else falls under that, right? Mm-hmm. So if we're having an issue, you're going to go to God. You're not going to go to the streets, right? If you feel lost in your purpose, you're going to go to God, right? Like, if we are struggling in our relationship for whatever reason, you're going to go to God, right? Like, we're going to take the time to make sure that we are okay and pray for us and pray over us and pray over me and pray over my spirit, like, and I'm okay. So if I had to narrow it to just one, it would have to be God-fearing, because that would encompass all the other layers.
But still, please be attractive.
Now, here's the thing. Attractiveness. Like, when we're talking about attractiveness, that could be number two. We'll say attractiveness is number two. There's so many different aspects that can be found attractive to a person, because they may not fit into the mold of height, stature, cheekbones, broad shoulders, muscles, and all that. But it could be intellectual. You know what I'm saying? They could be very smart. They could be stimulating. And that shows vision and purpose, when you can impart into another woman's life and kind of see what you can do to help them, and you can actually, like, give them some game and stuff on understanding on, like, connect you on that. See, when you are in your purpose, your whole ultimate goal is to always bring everybody up with you. You know, whoever's in your circle who's going to be able to do that, you're always looking to how many people can I help. You know, that's the thing. Like, life is about servanthood, and when you're in God, you like, you want to be the greatest in the kingdom, be servants of all. And that's something that I always kind of remember, not kind of, but I do remember about life in general. When you find a good man, he's going to naturally want to serve, you know what I'm saying, and not be selfish. And that all comes from being God-fearing, having vision and purpose. So I agree with that. And it's something to be said when it just merges like that, though, man, and everybody's going to do organically, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely nice, man, you know. Dead ass, B.
Dead ass.
And then it also doesn't have to fit into what your typical mode of what you feel like this is attractive. So like anybody who's ever read my book Growing Pains, like I put in there my whole list of what my husband needed to be, like height wise, body build, like all of those things. And sometimes you can keep attracting people like that, but they are not what God has for you. And what God has for you comes in a different package that you'll still be attracted to, but it's not what you might have automatically like flowed towards, because
and I think attraction changes the older you get too. Like there are certain things that were attractive when you're younger, but if you're growing and maturing, like right, like they go up the chain, right? So a nice body is nice,
right,
but it's not that high anymore, right? Like when I was 21, I was like, yeah, that ain't it, right? Right? But at 34, I'm like, okay, so what else you got? Like, that's it? That's all you got? All right, well, I'm going to need you to move around. Thanks.
She said, move around. Get on out here, kick rocks. As Courtney said, I keep a rock ready for you to kick. You know, because one of the things that I've learned, too, is that with y'all over the course of the time, like a lot of times what women are attracted to is very superficial or surface level, right? But as you get older and as you start seeing your life and seeing building, it needs to be more than surface level. But ultimate thing that's great about all of this that y'all was saying is that basically you stop limiting God on what he could do in your life.
right.
So ladies, like, you know, you could have a list and you could have everything on your list and it may look picture perfect for Instagram and you could be unhappy in the background. Because, I mean, what is it? Like some of the simplest things that men it gets overlooked in times of relationship that men will say all the time when they're talking is peace. If I could have peace, and I was talking to my sister about it the other day, where it talks about in the Bible, it's better to be on the top of the roof than to be in a house with an unpeaceful wife, right? Mm-hmm. Or an unpeaceful person in general. There's just so much chaos. The one thing you want to be in your home is peace. So, and that's vice versa, because every woman wants peace. They want security, even though they may put security over everything because they don't want to feel unsecure. Like
having security makes me feel peaceful.
Facts.
See,
and
that's
I'm a
what I said.
peaceful person if I'm safe. Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to breach your brakes off if I feel safe.
You know, as I got older, I used to say it when I was in my 20s, because I'm still young.
Bye.
But anywho, bye.
Bye.
Okay. Anywho, so the point I was trying to make is that when I used to always say that foreplay was paying the light bills and taking care of that and washing the dishes and all that. I said all taking care of everything was like foreplay. So let me go ahead and make sure these lights stay on.
Mowing the lawn.
Right.
Mowing the lawn.
Girl.
She like, baby, you see, ain't nobody wash that dish like you wash that dish. You know what I'm saying? But
take that trash out.
Look how he lift that bag. He's squatting when he lift the bag.
I see them
y'all.
He carried all the groceries in on one trip.
Look, I want to make sure y'all not gassing, but y'all actually mean it. Y'all better stop gassing somebody. But anywho, all jokes aside, though, man, it really still goes back to once again the man having that peace at home and that woman having that security at home, and it'll definitely be for a good relationship. All right, so the next one is true or false, and it says, "Oh, I need to drink some." All right. What is your definition of submissive, and should women be submissive in committed relationships?
How is that a true or false?
That's a whole lot of words.
And it says, explain your answer. That's the crazy part about it. That's what it says on the card, but we'll just
true
say,
or false, should women be submissive in relationships?
should they be, true or false, should they be
You
relationships?
shouldn't shit on people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
Marcus.
shit.
Shout out Marcus. We don't shit on people.
Don't shit on people.
No shit on people.
I think it's really a loaded question.
It is.
I think women, the Bible says that wives submit to your husbands. So wives are supposed to submit to their husbands, but the Bible also says husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church. So it's like
Lay
a
up your life.
twofold thing. But I think submission is like a beautiful thing, but it's also a really like complicated thing, because I can't submit to somebody if I can't trust where you're leading us to. Like, if I can't trust that you have our best interests in heart, that you ain't gonna blow all the money, that you ain't gonna, like, you know, do stupid stuff, abuse me, abuse the children, abuse, you know, the finances, whatever, I can't submit to you. And so I think women will naturally lean into, and maybe not all women, but I'll speak for myself, I will lean into submission if I trust that you have me and my kids' best in mind at all times. Like, everything that you're doing, you focus on what's best for the family. How can I make their life better? How can I make her life easier? Then I'm like, okay, well, whatever you say, that's what goes. I trust you. If I don't trust you, I'm not submitting. I'm gonna be out here INDE.
You spelled it wrong.
Out of all that, she going to women gonna stay independent until they can find the right one to stay submitted.
I think, I mean, to bring it back onto this side, it is complicated, right? And I also think the word submission itself has been put in such a derogatory, negative space, right? From both men and women, but right now we're going to focus on men, right? There's a lot of men out there who are not mature enough to be in a relationship, to lead in a relationship, to actually understand what it means to be a husband, to get a wife, to have a family, etc. But then stand on, I'm a man, you need to submit to me.
But why is that? That's just my question.
You said you didn't want me to psychoanalyze anything.
Go ahead and psychoanalyze, because that's, listen, in the beginning.
In the beginning, you definitely
God created the heavens and earth.
Now we're in the first Genesis, okay. But I think it's because there's just this, I don't know, there's been this shift of, and we've talked about it in other podcasts, stereotypes of males, right? I am alpha. And there's been this weird warp of an alpha means that then you just, anything you want, you get, and people just submit to it just because you're a man and you are self-proclaimed an alpha male, right? And that's not how it works, because if you actually genuinely, truly, one, know your Bible, but two, know what it means to be a man, there's a softness in getting submission, right? There's a softness in, hey, baby, like, you all right? How's your day? Hey, baby, like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Like, what are your thoughts on it? There's a softness in, this is my thought, but can I get your opinion? And bringing her in and value and showing her that you value her, you value this, you value the connection and the partnership, so that you can go somewhere and do something. But then also letting her know, I'm going to take care of you, right? Even when you are having a bad day and you're angry, I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to guilt you for having an off day. I'm not going to abuse you for having an off day. I'm not going to force you to submit to something, and I don't even know what I want you to submit to. I just want you to submit. Right? And part of that is, like, in a partnership, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a man, but, right, I feel like most men who are really good leaders, who are good men, you value the strengths and skills your woman has. If your woman is a boss outside of the house, you come back home and you nourish that. You feed that into her. You say, hey, baby, like, oh, you're so amazing today. You did this TED Talk, da-da-da, but then come here, let me hold you, like, chill. Now you can chill. Like, you're here, you're okay. But if you're not doing any of that, or you're telling her, oh, you just think you're better than, I'm not submitting to you if you think I'm better than you. Right. Just because I'm out here living in my truth and my gifts and what God gave me. Like, is you mad or not, bro? Because, again, move around.
Did you want me to answer that?
If you would like to.
I don't mind answering.
I think the ladies will want you to answer.
They will want me to answer that?
Yeah.
I never mind answering any questions or run from any of those. I believe... Truly in it. First, let me get on the last part, and then I'll go backwards. The last part, why a man would say that to you, first and foremost, insecurity. Right. Insecurity, he's in competition with you. So he's first and foremost lost the vision of what this true essence of this partnership is. But any man who's a real man is going to nurture that they have in you. Though we are men and we're strong, we're dominant, we're going to always be there as a protector, as someone who's going to impart into your wife or your significant other. You're going to always be there for them. And when you see them on the verge of, on that cusp of taking off, you're going to do everything to put in any kind of backing to make sure that they can get elevated. Because when you look at a king and a queen, they're all both on the crown. It ain't one like that's way down here behind you or nothing like that. You sit side by side. So if you're building up your kingdom, your household, you're going to do everything for everybody to win. Because real of the real, you may be that dude and you may have that bag at that time, but what happens when you lose the bag? If you invested in your chick and she the right chick and she don't leave you when she get her bag out, or vice versa, she like, yeah, bro, I've been waiting for my time. And that do happen oftentimes, you know what I'm saying? But it's probably because it wasn't the right person. But anyways, if you know what I'm saying, you got to realize in true investing in life, there's ups and downs. So God forbid, you know what I'm saying, you down when she up. But if you did what you were supposed to, she going to look at it. And if you have vision and purpose, even if she has money, she's going to consult you because you're the visionary. And I think that's where people get it so lost in the aspect of God can still give you the vision, even though your wife may be the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? If you're still contributing to her vision and embedding in her vision, and that's why I think so many people get it lost too. They're trying to be CEO and stuff. And a lot of times you may even be financially better by embedding in somebody else's vision than trying to find, you know what I'm saying, finding your vision in somebody else's purpose, as opposed to actually like, oh, no, I just want to start one because you're doing it for your ego, which I heard a couple of days ago is called edging God out. So you want to just think about that, like you want to get rid of that. And when you're walking in your true purpose and your divine self-assurance, which God has given you, you're okay whatever role you play because you know God's going to send you ahead in life. So I definitely agree with it. I believe it's going to be at nights when you could be in that office and you that chick, you could be firing a person, but come home and you get into bed and you want to get up under here, want him to stick his arm out and hold you while you come home because you want to be soft because, you know what I'm saying, that's that comfort once again because you remember what it is. So I agree. You'll invest in everything in that woman. You will console them. And then oftentimes when you're fatigued or burnt out, we all have to be mindful to consider when making a move to still first consider consulting God and then the person you're taking along with you. So that they know. So like, you know, you're actually speaking to them like, hey, yo, this is the next move I'm going to make. Yo, there's some things that's got going on. I really believe I need to do it. And then that person going to get in line with it because they can hear it inside of you. But if you're unsure of where yourself and where you're going, it's going to kind of like, you know, that's why you got that help meter, that help person that's next to you, whatever words you want to use. They're going to be there like, come here, wait a minute, let us think about this. And this one over here is real good with any of her friends and people. She's like, wait, let me just think about this real quick. Let's talk about this and because I don't think you see it the way I see it. And then that's what you want. You want objection in things. You don't want a bunch of yes men and yes sirs around you. You want a lot of skilled individual people with insight, because in the counsel of many people, you're going to get the wisdom that you need to move forward. And there's nothing better than the one chick who's right next to you, or that lady who's seeing some things happening like, yeah, that chick over there, I'm going to keep my eye on her, but you might want to watch her, because they know. And you know what I'm saying? If they got your true interest in heart and they're not just being insecure with inside of themselves, they'll tell you. So then that way you need to look, because oftentimes with us as men, we just kind of just in the vision and ain't paying attention. So value those ones who say things around you, you know, and take that in. Because oftentimes when I get something that I'm like, I don't know about, I first go to God, and I'll be praying like, okay, I need some insight, I need some wisdom, God. Am I missing it, or was it wrong? And God will correct me and let me know what's going on, and will validate what the person said or not. If not, then, you know what I'm saying, you still have to be careful, because in the Bible it showed that even with Peter, you know what I'm saying, it was the devil had spoke to him. And Jesus like, get behind me, Satan. Like, yeah, because it was going against the vision. So you still know that people will tell you things because they're trying to maneuver and manipulate. And when you don't see God, you fall into situations, and then you have to try to course correct and go back and fix, because you went against what he originally told you. And I've been guilty of it. And financially or personally, you know, emotionally, go through all the different things in life by not listening to the visions of the council. So, yeah, you want to definitely pay attention to those.
And there was a few different things that you had touched on that made me think about some other stuff, because I know you and I have talked a lot about men not always needing to be like right out in front, but still being able to lead. One of the people that you bring up is like Joyce Myers, her husband. Yeah, Dave. Like, he don't have to be on the stage and stuff for her to still acknowledge that he is the leader of the household, even though she's the one on the stages and doing everybody sees her. So, and he's content in the place that he, is seated. And then I also was thinking about, like, even with the woman who was caught in adultery, and they, all the haters came and threw her at the feet of Jesus. It was like, oh, she need to be stoned, whatever. This is what the law says. But Jesus just in his softness and his kindness was like, well, whoever is without sin, you cast first stone. And he just bent down and kept on writing, like, y'all figure it out. I'm going to do this. Because he already knew, like, she's going to be good no matter what. I got her covered. Because ain't nobody about to pick up no stone and stone her in front of me. Because I'm not going to do it. Even though I know I'm good, I know the rest of y'all dirty. So you're not going to do it. And it wasn't, he didn't even throw it in her face after everybody had left. He was like, go and send them more, which led her to be like, okay, now I'm going to submit to you. I'm going to break this alabaster box at your feet, because in the value of that, I've heard in different research was worth a year's salary for that one alabaster box. That's why they were mad that she broke it on his feet. But because she valued what he did in her life so much, she couldn't put a price on that. So she gave everything that she had. And that's what submission looks like. When a woman feels like, I'm protected, this man loves me, he's going to look out for me, I will give you everything that I have.
Especially when that man values your worth and doesn't put a number on you. You are priceless to him.
Exactly.
He definitely will.
It's a beautiful thing. And I think that ties into what the Bible says is like, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Like, he loved so much that he gave everything. And so when a woman feels like she's loved like that, it's easy for her to fall into submission. Like, I am going to submit to you because I know that you love me and I can give myself freely and I don't have to be scared of what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So,
and laying up your life for your family. So, that's definitely good. All right, so it's going to say true or false again, but it says... Did you even read it?
I did.
That was fast.
I was like, wait a minute, how you going to read? You can't look at the questions no more ahead of time.
False. Can we get a new one?
I'm going to read it so you can hear it for the ones who didn't.
Right.
It says, a man will change his toxic behavior, but only for the right woman.
Yep, just say false so we can move on.
Keep going. Look, I'm going to tell you like this.
Men only change when they want to change. It ain't because the woman is right. It ain't got nothing to do with you can cook, clean, have the greatest sex in the world, greatest, all that stuff.
No.
I'm even didn't hear from a man.
He don't need the answer is no. Why are we... Doc. Can we just do the next question?
Doc was evidently triggered. And I don't want to keep on her triggeredness. But what I will say is this. Everybody, you're not finna interject on that. We just finna say this. Everybody's free will agents. If God can't make somebody change, you can't do it, and you can't play the role of God. Everything is more of experience, and so when you don't do that, you start working in the witchcraft or trying to pray them right or trying to manipulate. You could pray as much, boy, you can have cherries on your knees and that person still don't get right. Like, it just doesn't change. You're just experiencing that person. So be careful who you connect your soul to.
And that I want to add from, I'll be professional for a half a second. That's for any relationship. Mm-hmm. Like, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your mama, your friend, like, people are who they are. Maya Angelou said it best. When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
She likes to lean in.
You gotta say it with the deep voice like that.
I ain't gonna do her like that. God rest her soul. But anyway.
Amen. God bless the queen. The other queen.
Maya Angelou.
Yeah, Maya Angelou.
I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, but like I was saying, right, that goes for any person. Like, you cannot change. He really hid in the car for me, but you cannot change anyone's toxic behavior, and that's not your job either to change anyone's behavior. Go ahead, since you wanna.
Nah, just keep talking.
Go ahead, just read it. I'm done. That was it.
Bruh, don't. It's on my turn. I'm the host. You can't be rushing.
He's been given too much power.
Right, like
Let me
you
just
really swimming in the I'm the leader.
I'm backstroking right now because I feel rushed. I feel rushed, and this is a very relaxing, enjoyable conversation. I cannot let you change the environment of what's going on. Doc, you gonna be okay. You gonna be okay, Doc. I know you used to be in this seat oftentimes.
Now he's stretching it out.
Cause you know I'm trying so hard to be like, can we hurry up? Next question.
Because I feel like what's the next question? I feel like your head about to explode on my shoulder, Doc. Like she is steaming over here, boy. She trying to hurry up and get to it. All right. So
You don't even remember now.
no, I do. This is because I'm just thinking about it because this is actually a good question. Is it wrong for a person to ask that significant other that they want to be with to sign a prenup?
Ooh.
Oh, did I forget? No. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, I had to think about it because I was actually thinking while I was thinking about the question, I was like, dang, this actually is a good question. Like, is it too much to ask? Because now, real talk, you went and got the bag and like you drawn out your life and things change. Everything is good when you first meet somebody, but you never know when we getting breakups. You like, oh man, this stuff is ugly. And if you had money,
No.
you don't think it's too much?
I don't
I used to. I used to feel like it's that's the wrong thing to do because when you go into a marriage, you're supposed to be all in. You ain't supposed to be thinking about an exit plan, none of that stuff. You committed. But I also have seen things go really wrong for lots of people. And if you've spent time building yourself to a place where you're financially set and things like that, and then you marry somebody and they're not in that same place, or they are or whatever, anyways, the relationship ends and then you have to split all your stuff. I don't think that's fair. So no.
I definitely read something where somebody mentioned that as a business person, one of your hardest losses comes from divorce.
And
Financial loss. Let me put that.
financial, yeah. So I've never been married, but being in relationships that have not split amicably, even to the best of my ability. But
Make sure you subscribe and come back next week for the continuation of this conversation.
The number one thing.
The number one, top of the list, I need this right before we get married.
I'm torn between two things.
Okay, so give me one and then we can keep, dialoguing because this could actually turn into.
I'll
I'll be exhaling a lot.